Welcome back to Our Community. Susie Thomas visiting with Doug Fralick from the Pro Football Hall of Fame Enshrinement Festival. Kind of a busy guy.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
again, for all of those events that we talked about, you can go to what website to find out more?
www.profootballhofef.com.
Okay. Pro Football, HOF, for Enshrinement Festival.
Absolutely.
.com. Pretty easy. Unfortunately, in this day and age, we have to think about security when we're bringing this many people together. Can you talk about how you do that?
That's one of, if not the top priority for the Enshrinement Festival and the Hall of Fame itself, and any of the committee members, the committee chairpersons, is to present not only diverse, fun, exciting events, but to make sure that they are presented safely as well. Every meeting that I go to, safety is talked about, and that's priority for everything that we do, to make sure that our events are presented safe so that our guests can have a good time and know that they're coming into a safe environment. This year, that's kind of being stepped up a little bit for the 3 events at the Civic Center, the fashion show, the dinner, and the round table, in that anybody who enters those events this year will go through a search, a magnetometer, and will be searched before entering the venue. There are some enhancements as far as traffic flow around the Civic Center. So for people who have attended those events in the past and are, used to entering the parking deck one way,
right,
that's going to be a little different this year.
Okay.
So that we just ask that people who are, regulars at those events leave a little bit of extra time because it may take a little bit more time to get into the parking deck, to get into the building, but just know that that's being done so that for the safety of everybody.
Mm-hmm. They do sell those special bags so that you, in case you need a clear see-through bag to go into Benson Stadium.
Sure.
Those are available where?
Those, you can get those. Those are available at the hall.
Okay.
Anybody, a 1 gallon Ziploc bag works as well. Mm-hmm.
Either of those.
Either of those would be fine. And people, they can bring in, purses and things. People will be inspected and checked.
It's like
just to make sure that things are safe.
It's the world in which we live now. We're used to it. That's right. And going to a game or anything, it's going to be the same thing. So just plan
leave
ahead.
A little bit of extra time.
Sure.
And just make sure that you have some time to be able to get there and go through all that inspection and things that you have to go through.
Another misconception, not only that you can't get into the Hall of Fame luncheon anymore, which is not true. You can get tickets to the fashion show luncheon.
Absolutely.
And by the way, do it because it is spectacular.
It is a heck of a show.
So good every year.
It is. I agree.
Another misconception is, you've had to be on the list of volunteers from time immemorial. So what is true about that? Can a person volunteer for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Enshrinement Festival?
Absolutely. There are. That's one of the things that I think makes the Enshrinement Festival what it is. Mm-hmm. The fact that there is a team of 4,500 volunteers who give up vacation time, who give up time away from their family and away from their jobs, and give their time and their talents to make sure that the Enshrinement Festival happens every year. There's a small staff of a great staff, but it's a small staff at the Chamber of Commerce that is responsible for all of the Enshrinement Festival events. But then like I mentioned, there's a team of 4,500 volunteers who
say that again.
4,500, and it might even be a little more. A little more than that at this point.
Wow.
But, and it's amazing. Like I said a little while ago when we were talking, I've been a volunteer now. This is year 28 for me. And
wow.
To see volunteers come back year after year, and friendships are made every year. And it's almost, when the Enshrinement Festival happens, it's almost like a reunion time for some of the volunteers. Mm-hmm. You see people that you don't see all year long. And it's a lot of work to put on the Enshrinement Festival, but it's fun as well, and it's a heck of a rewarding experience.
I think all of you, once the Hall of Fame Village gets going and they start doing conferences of excellence, you really ought to put together for other communities to come see how to do a community event. Because you really could. You've got it down to a science now. And I think that would be a terrific conference to hold, is how to do it.
How to do it. It's amazing. And you mentioned that, and it's funny because I have the opportunity, not a lot, but to interact sometimes with some of the Gold Jackets and the Hall of Famers who come back. And almost without fail, to hear them talk about and mention, this is all put on by volunteers.
Right.
This is all... They don't realize that it's the number of volunteers that it takes to put on all of the festival events, and their appreciation for what the volunteers do. There is an opportunity, especially over the next couple of years, as some more opportunities come our way, as the village grows and expands, and there are opportunities for people to get involved. And I would encourage anybody, this year, because we're so close, I don't know that there'd be a whole lot of opportunity, but for the future, to visit that same website and contact the chamber and let them know you'd be interested in volunteering, and we can find a place for you.
Awesome. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Don't listen to those rumors that it's the same people every year after year. It might be because they love it.
There are a lot. We have some that have been around for as long as the festival's been around.
But you're welcome to join the club, right?
Yeah, we just had a meeting the other day that there were, that somebody added up the number of years, and it was like 550 years of experience.
Wow.
Just in this one meeting that we had with maybe 30 or 35 people who were there.
Wow. But it's because they love it.
It's because of the passion for the community, for football, for what we do here. Mm-hmm. People come back year after year.
It's an emotional time for the enshrinees, for the Gold Jackets, and you expect that during their enshrinement ceremony. You expect to see them get a little bit emotional. I think what they don't expect is to see themselves getting so emotional during something like the parade, when they're going down that route and the thousands and thousands of people cheering them on. What do you hear from these guys, and what brings them back year after year after year?
What brings them back year after year? Not only that, it's a reunion for them to be able to get together with the other, every year. This year they're expecting about 130 Gold Jackets to come back.
Wow.
So it's a reunion for them to be able to see, they talk a lot about, this is a team that you can never be voted off. You can never be, once you're a Hall of Famer,
you can't be cut.
You're there for life.
Mm-hmm.
And they come back for that camaraderie among themselves. But a lot of times I hear them talk about how the hospitality of the people of Canton and the people of Stark County and how they're treated when they come back. And, that brings them back every year. And they're amazed. You mentioned the parade. I've had an opportunity to hear some of them talk about the parade, and they're like, 200,000 people line the streets of Canton to welcome
us
here.
Right.
And it's amazing. I think they get an orientation before, here's what to expect when you come, but then when it really happens, I think they're kind of not overwhelmed, but just amazed at the treatment they get when they come back here, because they're like family.
I've heard that time and again at the round table, where what's been most surprising to you, and all the parade really hits them for some reason, because they don't expect that kind of a welcome from the people of Canton. You said a good word there, hospitality. I think something that maybe we want to reinforce with our listeners is the fact that we are welcoming a lot of people into our hometown. We have guests coming. That means the streets are going to be a little more crowded. Want to touch on the importance of patience and a spirit of hospitality as all these people come to town?
I think that's the majority. I mean, it's estimated that Canton, we welcome about 700,000 people every year.
Wow.
For the various events, the parade, the game, the enshrinement, all those events. There's almost 700,000 people who come into our community. And I think overwhelmingly people, this is Canton and Stark County's time to shine in the national spotlight. For those 2 weeks of the festival, the spotlight shines on Canton and Stark County. And it's amazing the hospitality that the people of Stark County do show to these guys. They're like these Hall of Famers who come back, these gold jackets, they're like family. They come back, we welcome them to, we call it their forever home. They're always welcome back to Canton, and it's we as a community should be proud of the hospitality that is shown. And I agree with you what you said earlier. I don't know that a festival like this could happen anywhere else. A big city where it's amazing to see it happen every year.
Yeah, yeah. You are a volunteer. You have a full-time job, I'm guessing.
I do. I'm a teacher.
And
I teach high school.
Wow. Oh, wow. So summer's off kind of helps
Sure,
a little bit.
It helps.
But this is like another full-time job, is it not, Doug?
There are meetings year round, and that's, once this year's festival is over, there'll be a short break, but then we start critique meetings to talk about what went well, what we need to improve upon. Our goal as a festival is to do it better this time than we did the last time.
Yeah.
And to do it better every year. So, there'll be a little bit of a break, but then critique meetings start and then regular. It's a year-round process to plan and stage what is a tremendous festival every year.
So why does somebody like you, who could take their summer off and sit by the pool, do this instead? Why? What draws you to this?
People ask me that a lot. Why do you volunteer? And I think it's just it's something that I'm proud to be able to show the world what Stark County and what Canton can do. And it's important to me to give back to the community. Because if it weren't for volunteers,
this wouldn't happen.
None of this would happen.
Right.
And it's just, I consider it a privilege to be able to be one of those 4,500 volunteers who are able to give back to the community and make sure that a tradition that is this year 55 years in the making is able to go on and is able to continue every year for our community and show the nation what great things Canton and Stark County can do.
Well, you're not just one of 4,500, but that's a nice way to look at it. That's a humble way to look at it. This is the guy who is overseeing 4,499 other people.
Well, next year, but not quite.
Pretty cool. Website one more time where we can get all the information.
Pro Football, HOFEF.com.
Doug Freilich, thanks for all you do in our community.
Thank you. I appreciate it.